Hi, I'm Scott Patterson, UI UX designer for Konami. I'm here at the G2E at the Konami booth, and I'm going to show you a sneak peek at Konetic. Konetic is the Konami employee application. We have modules such as slot dispatch, Tito redemption, and cash cannons. We can also do some jackpot redemption. So let's take a look, give you a sneak peek at all these fun things. You can learn more on our website. So I'm going to show you Tito redemption. And Tito redemption, what we do is when we have employees on the casino floor, they can come to a patron rather quickly and process Tito tickets right on the fly. We also incorporate cash mailers, so we can also redeem those on the fly as well from a pouch redemption. So you're all familiar with our Tito ticket redemption system. So in this example, I'm going to redeem 4 different Tito redemptions, and let's get started. I'm going to use the camera here that's natively built into our software here. All right, so you see that we have $1,195, and we're going to cash pay this. But we also show that the identifier, this is a cash mailer, this is a voucher, and then we also show the patron's last name and their patron ID. So we can verify some information on the fly with them from their card as well. We do allow batch limits. So say you set in the system $3,000. We're not going to allow you to redeem more than $3,000 at a time. So that is completely customizable to the casino. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and redeem it. And then I am ready to go ahead and move on to my next task. So I can quickly switch between applications. So say I was just processing a Tito redemption, and now I'm going to respond to a dispatch call. Okay. So in this case, I haven't started my shift yet. I'm going to go ahead and start my shift. I'm seeing that the floor performance is doing really good. We're seeing you can see this square that's green. It shows the usage indicator. So that also gives me an indicator of how quickly I should move and respond to things. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up a task here, and we have Miss Smith here, and she has a mystery bonus, and I'm going to assign it to myself. So within our system, we have times that you can set up within SYNKROS that I have to reach the patron or say the machine and go ahead and process this ticket. So once I get to the location, I'm going to go ahead and mark myself as processing this transaction. So this is a transaction for $18,000. We show the zone, bank description, all these interesting things that are very important to go ahead and process this mystery bonus. And so I'm going to go ahead and confirm. I'm going to go and search for Miss Smith here. And here's Eliza. And I'm seeing that I need to add some personal identification information. So I'm going to press that. And in this case, we're asking for the social security number. So I'm going to enter the social security number. And then I'm going to go ahead and confirm the address with Miss Smith. So she's in Franklin Square, New York. I'm going to go ahead and verify the email. And then we're going to go ahead and choose our addresses. Now in SYNKROS, we support multiple addresses. So I'm going to go ahead, in this case, choose her secondary address, but she wants her primary phone and email. Okay. So in this case, now I'm going to go ahead and acknowledge the real format and make sure that I input that. I'm going to acknowledge that. Now we're in the acknowledgement state. And in this case, it's a taxable jackpot. So we're going to go ahead and collect U.S. taxes or state taxes depending on the jurisdiction. That's also set up within SYNKROS. So in this case, Eliza wants to pay 30%. So I can use our percentage dropdown, and it'll automatically show me the federal withholding. And in this case, state taxes is going to be 10%. So I'm going to select that. Now we do default the percentage within SYNKROS, so that's a nice shortcut to get this process quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and continue that. And now we're going to get into the payment information where we're going to obtain signatures. Could need authentication, say from the slot supervisor to process this attendant. So in this case, slot supervisor is going to sign. All right. Okay. And then we're going to pass the phone to the customer, and they're going to sign. Okay. And then we're going to print this jackpot transaction slip. So in doing that, we choose our printer, we go ahead and print it, and then we're going to go ahead and continue on to make the payment. To do that, we want to make sure we get a patron signature. Since we've already captured the patron signature in the other step, we're going to use it here again. But we can recapture it if we want to. So let's do that. Okay. So now I'm going to choose the tax form type. This is a W-2G. I'm going to go ahead and print that, and their signatures are on the form for them, so you can hand them that tax document and get them on their way. So in this case, we printed it. Go ahead and continue, and we're going to make a payment. So we have this broken down. We have our taxes, we have our check pay, and then we're going to have the pay that we're going to do at the cage. And we can go ahead and process that there. We can also bring a check to the patron at the machine themselves and make them more comfortable, allow them to game some more. So we've now marked this as complete. After a few moments, this is going to set up. And it's important to know that this is in manual mode. So we also have an automatic mode. And in automatic mode, employees will automatically be assigned items as they become available. So say I want to take a lunch break. I don't want to receive those notifications when I'm on lunch break, so I'm going to mark myself on a meal break. Go ahead and update that. So within our meal break, now I'm showing the time remaining. So I have a 30-minute meal break, and I can go ahead and, shut this down, go take my meal, and then when I come back and I'm ready to start my shift again, I'll mark myself as available. So that's slot dispatch from basically a end user perspective. We also have a supervisor mode where we detail based by roles. I'm going to show that to you real quickly. I'm going to go back to my dispatch item, start the shift. And now I have a roles tab. So within roles tab, we have 2 different roles set up within SYNKROS, technician and attendant. And we can see some various metrics on them. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and view the queue. I want to assign something to David because he's available. I'm going to give the slot offline to David, and we mark him as available by showing him as green, and I'm going to assign it. So as a supervisor, I can also use this mobile device to quickly dispatch users in manual mode to respond to these things in a quick and orderly fashion. And I can go ahead and measure their metrics and performance on the floor within SYNKROS. So it's a great way to incentivize employees and also view their performance. We also allow the processing of cash cans. So if you don't have a smart cash can system, what we do is we need to go ahead and process cash cans, take them back to the cage, go ahead and take out the money. So in this case, I'm going to use my handy sheet here again, and I'm going to pretend that I'm going to scan the asset number on the machine, okay? And we automatically process that. Now I'm going to scan the hot can. Okay, that's the outgoing can. And now the cold can. That's the incoming can. And so now, just in a matter of seconds, if I line these cash cans up and the asset number up, I've processed this extremely fast. So that's cash can in a nutshell. I'm also going to cover attendant pays. So we covered jackpot processing within dispatch module, but we also can pick up a jackpot within any state within the SYNKROS systems. So in this case, I see that we have a carded in cancel credit for $1,100. And I can go ahead, I've already have the patron info, Miss Eliza's back, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and acknowledge everything. We've already recorded that social security number, so it's showing up. And I'm gonna acknowledge the real position. And since it's not taxable, I'm just gonna go ahead and obtain these signatures. Again, we're gonna do the slot supervisor. Okay, and then I'm gonna hand it to the customer and they're gonna sign. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and print these documents, pay the customer, and get them on their way. It's rather simple. Once you get into the process, you can do these things rather quickly. We don't need to print any tax documentation. We're going to go ahead and pay them $100. We've already given them a machine pay of $400 and a check pay of $600. Mark that as paid, hand them the $100 in their transaction slip, and they're on their way. And that's an example of picking up a jackpot in any state within attendant pays. So say we had an employee that acknowledged everything, but didn't go ahead and gather signatures. Another employee can use attendant pays to pick up that jackpot and resume it where it was left. Great features here. We also allow the processing of progressive signs. In a lot of cases, we see that employees are carrying notebooks with them, and they might be recording the mega, the maxi, the major, mini, however that progressive is set up. And then they're having to go back to the computer and manually record these things. And some things can be lost in translation. It's not real-time recording. And so we have the ability to lose, dollars and cents in this case. So we have an application, and it allows us to go ahead and process these progressive signs. And in this interface, it's telling me, hey, there's a few items here that need my attention. Winning Animals, Dragon Way, Kingdom Treasure. So I'm going to go ahead and go to those machines and take a look. So this is the level 2 progressive. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the visual reading of the machine. All right, so in this case, I have $251. I'm going to go ahead and record that in this system. 251 and 96 cents. And it's that easy. And then say I'm going to go ahead to the next item, the mini. I can swipe into that if these are set up appropriately and manually record these very quickly. Our system also guesses what the progressive reading should be. So based off of a lot of factors, such as the last meter snap, the initial amount, the contribution percentage, we can go ahead and guesstimate where it's going to be at for your employees. And so to go ahead and accept the estimate, I'm just going to hit the check mark. It's recorded in the system, and I can move into the next recording. We also allow search within here. You can go ahead and search, say, an asset barcode that is printed on the side of the machine or under this glass piece here. I'm really excited to continue showing you this in the future. We have a patron module that's coming out soon. So go ahead and contact your sales executive for more information on that. And again, I'm Scott Patterson here at G2E, and it's been a pleasure showing you this Konetic application. Thank you.